Goku has finally been appointed the God of Destruction of Universe 6 after Champa has not only failed to maintain a suitable mortal level, but also broke multiversal laws by traveling to Universe 7 for the Super Dragon Balls. After saying goodbye to his friends and family in Universe 7, Goku would head back to the God Realm with Whis, Beerus, and Shin for the termination ceremony, and after a veto by Zeno, Goku would be chosen as the newest destroyer over Vegeta. And now he's finally been doted his uniform and bestowed the power of destruction in Chapter 3 of Dragon Ball Hakai. When he arrives on the planet of the Destroyer, Goku is shocked by how much this place looks like planet Beerus. Beerus responds by saying, yeah, all planets of destruction are the same. All of a sudden, Vados appears welcoming them to the planet of destruction in Universe 6, especially Goku, or should I say Lord now. Let's skip the formalities, Beerus replies. First things first, what kind of food did Champa leave behind here? Now that's what I'm talking about, Goku says. I'm starving. But didn't you just eat on Earth, Shin asks. My apologies, but there won't be any time to eat, Vados replies. The ritual is set to begin soon, which comes as a shock to everyone, especially Goku, so we suggest that they should get going. As they walk through a corridor with a large flight of stairs, Goku looks around with a slightly worried look on his face. What's the problem, Goku? Whis asks. You appear to be upset. I mean, this place is just kinda depressing, you know, he replies. I don't want to have to live here. Vados tells him that there's no need to be sad. Once you become a god, you'll have this entire universe to get to know. There are countless planets you can visit. You'll also have many tasks to fulfill. Champa left behind a lot of accumulated work. In addition, you'll also undergo special training. Of course, Goku loves the sound of that, but this is when they finally come to the top of the steps before a giant door. Inside this room, the other gods and angels as well as the Grand Priest are already waiting. Oh, why is everyone giving me that look again? Are we late or something? Goku asks as soon as they step in, all eyes are once again on him. The ritual to form a new Hakai Shin is always very tense, she says. And no, you're actually 2 minutes early in fact. Well, where's Zenny? Goku asks. Is he not coming? No, Beerus replies. Grand Zeno finds such events as these boring. I actually agree. I wish I could refuse to attend as well. Out of the side of his eye, Goku sees 3 statues of gods of destruction. What are these statues? He asks. All the gods of destruction who have ruled over the 6th universe. As you can see, Mr. Champa was the 3rd. And with how old the universe is and with how few destroyers there were, Goku notices how little the destroyers actually switch. Even if a destroyer doesn't get ousted from their post, they will eventually leave under different circumstances. This could be retirement, dismissal, or even death. What? So does that mean a god of destruction can be killed? Goku asks. There are many powerful beings in what we refer to as existence, Beerus states. We gods of destruction may be very high on the power scale, but we're still far from the top. Goku, when we start your training, we'll inform you of the story of existence and mechanisms behind it, Vados states. For now, all you need to know is that there is currently 3 generations of destroyer, making you the first deity of the 4th generation. I think I understand, Goku replies. I heard that Top was being trained to become the Hakai Shin of Universe 11, and Whis was preparing either me or Vegeta to be one for the 7th. That means you were already thinking about the 4th generation of gods, but it was over who had advantage here in this universe. Looks like the idiot actually figured something out for a change, but the process of transitioning generations is a slow one, Beerus says. It can take several millennia until all 12 universes complete the switch. The difference between the tenure of one Hakai Shin and another can be up to millions of years. It's time, the Grand Priest announces suddenly. The ritual for the formation of a new god of destruction will now begin. In front of the Grand Priest are 2 pillows, one of them with a golden apple on top, which will be used in the birth of the new Supreme Kai. He tells Goku to have a seat on the other one. Is that one of those golden fruits? Goku asks. Correct, the Grand Priest replies. This will become the new Supreme Kai of Universe 6. He is about to be born, and from that moment on, the 2 of your lives will be intertwined. Now, Lord Goku, he goes on, I want you to completely empty your mind. It is absolutely crucial that you do this, he says as the angels join hands around him. Goku closes his eyes and begins to focus as the angels manifest divinity around him, and in a few moments, Goku would now appear in the uniform of a god of destruction for the first time. When he opens his eyes, Goku says that he actually doesn't feel any different, but that isn't all. Across from him, the newest Supreme Kai has appeared as well. What? Goku says? When did you get here? I didn't even see you. Such is expected considering your eyes were closed and all, she says. Funny enough, Goku never even knew that a Supreme Kai could be a girl in the first place, so this is also a pretty surprising development. Actually, Kaioshin have no gender, they reply, though some are born with a more female appearance. Nice to meet you, by the way, I'm Leah. And Goku introduces himself as well. Let's hope you pairs stay this cordial, the Grand Priest replies, as from this moment on, your lives are now intertwined. You'll need to work in harmony for the good of the universe. Great, sir, Goku replies. I'm not so sure anything with my body has changed though. Could it be that something went wrong? No, the ritual went as planned. You'll feel changes within your body gradually with time, but starting today, your body has stopped aging as divinity now courses through you. Also, I must say, Lord Goku, Vados declares, you look a lot better in that uniform than Champa ever did. And this is when Goku finally notices himself that he was put in his new clothes. Now that everyone is back present, the Grand Priest commands everyone to greet their new Destroyer and Supreme Kai combo. From this moment forward, it is your mission to work together for the good of the universe. It's your duty to maintain the perfect balance between destruction and creation, as well as preserving the good of the universe as a whole. Right, Goku and Leah reply in tandem. He then adjourns the meeting and dismisses everyone, so now, Goku and Leah are free to get accustomed to their new roles. So, Lord Goku, Whis addresses him now, do you still not feel any different? Now that you mention it, I am starting to notice. I feel a really strange ki inside of me. It seems a bit familiar, but I can't quite put my finger on it. That's your energy of destruction, Whis tells him. Signs are already beginning to arise in your body. Energy of destruction, Goku asks. Like Hakai? Not exactly, Vados comments. The Hakai is a specific technique used to destroy. Energy of destruction and the Hakai are aesthetically similar, as the latter is a byproduct of the former. The energy itself is much more simple to learn than a technique. This will become more apparent in time. Right now, none of this is really making much sense to Goku, but he promises Beerus that he'll put a lot of effort into his training as God of Destruction and become really strong. When that happens, we can finally have our rematch, he says. Look at this. Still wet behind the ears, and he's already finding himself, Beerus says, and then he, Shin, and Whis take their leave back to Universe 7. But what about me, Leah asks. What do I do now? As mentioned before, Champa and Mr. Fua left a lot to be accomplished in regard to keeping the universe in balance. More so Champa than Mr. Fua, to be fair, but anyway, the both of you have a lot of work in front of you and will have to prepare as much as possible. Goku, you must focus on controlling your new powers. While he does that, you, Leah, must travel to the sacred planet to learn everything required to become a good goddess of creation. Lord Kiboru has been waiting in the wing for the ritual to end to escort you. He will teach you all you need to know, so don't worry, Vados says as she directs their attention to the Kai at the edge of the room. Leah would introduce herself to Kiboru and the two get to work, leaving Goku with Vados to begin their training as well. Goku asks if he really has to wear this uniform all the time because he honestly doesn't like it that much, but she actually tells him that the attire of a god of destruction is only mandatory during formal situations, and as long as he's on his own planet, he can wear whatever he wants. So she gives him back his normal gi, but instead of getting straight to work, Goku would actually like to get a little bit of rest first, but he doesn't want to sleep for years on end like Champa or Beerus do. But fortunately for him, that's usually just a preference and there's no limit or threshold to how much he should rest. Seems like things are going to be looking much different with you at the helm now, she says. Back in Universe 7, Beerus is sat atop a rock, seemingly in deep thought as Whis approaches him asking if all is well. He's just been in that same spot since they got back hours prior. What are you on about? I'm simply enjoying the peace and quiet, he says. Whis asks if he's sure because that doesn't quite appear to be the case. Beerus would admit that honestly it's a little too quiet around here. I must have gotten used to those two idiots always causing such a racket, he says. They surely are quite the characters, especially Goku, always with that slack-jaw look on his face. Speaking of him, Beerus continues, how do you think he's gonna handle his new job? He himself admitted that he doesn't want to destroy and such. That's quite an intriguing question. I too am curious how he'll handle the moral conflict such a position demands, Whis says. One thing I am sure of is he certainly won't remain the same Goku we know. Is that perhaps what worries you, my lord? Whis replies. But Beerus tells him that he's just curious. He doesn't really care about Goku's personality. In fact, I think I might just take advantage of this silence with a quick nap. Wake me up in a month and we'll go to Earth to get something to eat. As you wish, Whis says, so Beerus retreats to his quarters and heads to sleep as he thinks to himself, here I am, wasting my time thinking about the life of a simple mortal. Maybe I ended up caring a little more than I had realized. The next day, after a long rest, Goku begins his training to master his God of Destruction powers. The first step in your training is to access your energy of destruction, Vados says as Goku's first lesson begins. There are several levels of refinement for this energy. You will advance through these stages as you gain more experience using it. From the very beginning, what you need to do is feel the necessary emotions for destruction. Emotions, Goku asks. So I access this energy through my feelings? Well, in short, yes, she replies. When you are destroying something, it's natural that emotions such as anger will flow within you. Ah, that'll be easy. I already learned how to control myself just from using Super Saiyan. It's not that simple, Vados responds. Your anger can't just be all over the place. It must have direction. An exclusive desire for pure destruction. You have to rid your mind of any hesitation, retaining only the need to destroy. I think Vegeta said something similar when Beerus taught him the Hakai, Goku says. Well, the formula may be the same at first, but the result won't be. What a mortal can do is simulate this energy to the point of being able to use the Hakai, which again is merely a technique that comes directly from it. But it's a watered down version of the real thing and could never compare to a Hakaishin's energy of destruction. Let's see how you do in practice. Try to do what I just said. Goku would then transform into a Super Saiyan Blue and begins raising his ki vigorously, but Vados quickly stops him as he's only using his regular ki. I felt all the anger I could feel though, Goku replies. What do I do now? If you can't tap directly into that anger, all that's left to do is to meditate, she says. By meditating, you'll be able to find the source of destruction in your own mind. You'll have to familiarize yourself with it. I'm not really sure I follow, but I'll try, Goku states. She tells him to dive into the depths of his mind and try to feel all of his ki and all forms of energy and emotions that pass through his body and mind. You'll certainly find, even in the most intimate regions, a source of negative energy. This is often found in the darkest abyss of your being. When you find that energy, join it. Make it your own. Though you must also be very careful, as if your will is too weak, it'll consume you. Goku would focus on entering the depths of his mind to find this destructive nature and anger, and to do so, he concentrates on manifesting the feelings that he felt when tragic events happened in the past, like Krillin dying and Mirrors being erased. As the sensations of all of these emotions course through him, Goku actually begins manifesting his energy of destruction, but Vados can't quite tell yet if he's been consumed by the nature of destruction or if he's still him. In his hand, Goku has created an orb of destructive energy, and his aura around him is different now as well. But almost as quickly as he made it, he crushes that orb in his hand and his aura becomes more controlled, taking on a more lightning type shape now. When his aura disappears, he gives Vados a thumbs up, saying that he got it. He's actually pretty adept already at harnessing the power of destruction. Almost a natural really, as Vados congratulates him, saying that the first step in his training to become a god of destruction is now complete, as chapter 3 of Dragon Ball Hakai would come to an end.